Howdy, everyone. Appreciate you coming and dropping by the side chat tonight. I had a little motto or something. What I forget what I was going to say now. Welcome to the show where we'll talk AR build talk and talk target shooting and whatever you guys want to talk about or want to listen to. We'll sure try to cover it. Hey, Jeff MOA, it's been a while, man. Appreciate you dropping in. Got Hazzbro here. I'm going to turn it over to Hazzbro, and then I'll call you guys out here in just a minute. And MacMan's going to get something to drink. He'll be with us shortly. So what's going on, my brother?
Hey, R. Thanks for the invite. It's good to be with you all tonight. Looking forward to the chat. We usually have a lot of good things to talk about. We're going to talk about AR builds tonight. You got one coming up, and I've just finished, recently a couple and shooting them and having fun. So we got a lot to go over.
Yeah. I love talking, especially about building and stuff. Reloading, I like talking reloading, but it only goes so deep, And as a matter of fact, I was thinking about the 650, setting it up eventually and doing a live stream, but I don't know. I'll think about it.
All right.
Let me run up the side. Oh, turn it over to you, Mac. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks for the invite. Sorry, I just got in from work, just finished shutting my computer down and had to go and get a drink. It's pretty hot here. So thanks for the invite. Hi, Hazzbro. How are you doing?
Great to have you. Matter of fact, I left my drink in the bedroom, so I got to go. If you guys will talk for a minute, if you can, I'll be right back. I hate to do this at the first start of the show, but got to have something to drink. Catch you guys in just a minute, and I'll give you some shout outs. Talk about whatever you like. But
hey, Mac, good to see you. Sorry, I was in the double Mac there for a second. Mac squared. I had the YouTube channel playing at the same time. It's like, whoa, I got to stop this.
Yeah, I got too much going on. Is it hot with you?
Is it hot, you said?
Is it hot there, Hazzbro?
Yeah, well, I'm in Perry, Georgia tonight, so south of AR a couple hours. And it's been pretty hot and steamy today. So, yeah, pretty warm. Not as hot as you, but humidity is a lot higher.
Yeah, we had a couple of cooler days, but it's jumped back up. We're probably up at 115 again today. It's been pretty rough.
What's it at night?
It gets down to about 90.
Oh, all the way down to 90.
Yeah, it doesn't really cool off. It's that's the problem, because everything stays so hot, and it's just, you get up in the morning, 6 o'clock, ready to go to work, and it's already 90, 95, 100 degrees. So it's
that's gonna be tough when you're loading stuff in and out of that truck.
Yes, it is. I brought it home tonight, and I wanted to put a toolbox on, but I'm going to leave it till Saturday morning. I'll bring my truck home Saturday, and I'll do it 6 o'clock Saturday morning while it's a little bit cooler.
yeah, thank you guys for being here. I was going through some manuals earlier for my 9mm XTP load. I'm going to load about 100 rounds for self-defense. And I ran into, and I forgot, I do a lot of, the store I go to gives a lot of magazines for companies. I had forgot I got a magazine for CZ. All kinds of rifles in there. The year, I think, is older, though. 2020, I think. Yeah, 2020 catalog. Still got some good stuff in it, though. Go ahead.
Those are good books. I like those magazines.
Yeah, I go to a store in Athens, and man, I pick that stuff up, depending on what they got. Smith and Wesson, CZ, you name it. Some of the tactical companies, I pick that stuff up. I got stung by a bee, and I won't say where, but it's bugging me tonight. Let me run up and call a side chat out right quick here, and go ahead. I got Tactical Fud with us. Appreciate you coming here, Tactical Fud. Colt 1927. Good to see you, Colt. Who else here? Freedom Redbird came in here for a little bit. She's busy, so she's got to do some mod for some shows. But thank you for coming in, and Brenda, if you're still listening. Eagle Run 23, what's up, brother? We'll be over to his show, which I'm gonna cover here in a little bit. Let's see, Hasbro's over here in the box. Info Bros joined us. Good to see you, Info. Oh, it's double typing. I see tonight. No, you double. Okay. Sometimes it double types on me lately. StreamYard does. Who else here? Garage Guy 879. Appreciate you coming in here, Garage Guy. Who else? Let's see. James Pollard joined us. Good to see you, James. Jeff MOA. Been a little while. This is good to see you, man. Thank you for dropping in. Who else? Eagle Run. Chris from the 740. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Who else? James. Hillbilly Chicken Ranch jumped in there. Good to see you, Susan. Thank you for dropping by. I got to finish watching one of your videos where you're talking about your autoimmune. I watched half of it earlier, but I had a show I had to kind of prep for a little bit and get everything hooked up. But thank you for just dropping in, Susan. Appreciate it a lot. And MacMan039 reloading up here. So what you got? You still not working on much because of the heat, MacMan?
I started doing that 308 loading session with the Starline brass on my stream on Monday night. So I'm going to go ahead and finish loading the 50 of those up, get
Cool.
them finished. And I don't know what will be next. I'll just decide what I want to do for Monday night. It's pretty cool. And I got an AC in here. So I think I've got like 75 degrees in the loading room. So it's pretty nice.
Not too bad.
But it's just too hot to get out to go shooting at the moment. And all the deserts are shut down. We can't go shooting because fire restrictions. So it's just either go to a range or wait for the rain to come so we can get out and do some shooting.
Yeah, I mentioned, my roommate mentioned today, he says, I said something about some cameras or something for shooting. He said, well, you don't go. I said, I ain't been. It's too hot. I said, hopefully my brother's going to go with me when the cool weather gets here. We're going to go out the range. If he don't, I'll go by myself and I'll try to do some video and things. Got Joe McGraw here. Good to see you, Joe. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, it is. It's the heat. I'm not even going. It's just too much. Right now, believe it or not, here in Georgia where I'm at, it's 74 degrees outside. So it came a rain here a little earlier. So that's not too bad. Coach says, you're highlighting. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I'm just going down. You just call it out. I'm just highlighting everybody who's jumping on.
Yeah, you're good. Coach says, I really need an AC in my Yeah. I've been pondering for several years my garage, 2-car carport, actually. I got to build a wall. Won't take much to do it. And at one time, the sheetrock was, I think, only a little over $200 or something to, sheetrock it in. Now, of course, it's probably double. But I've been thinking about closing it in and making a reloading room where I can walk and quit sitting so much. It's just hard on me sitting, especially my back issue. But I don't like the cramp. This room's just, I'm thankful I got the room, but it's just kind of cramped in here. It always has been. Says the Tactical Fuzz said the hundreds here right now. Ooh, 100 degrees. My goodness. Yeah, eat something else. I wear a frog tog? Frog tog. It's like a big towel, but it's like a sponge, and I wet it, and they say it stays down to 30 degrees. I actually, when I run it with cold water, you can go out, and even when I ride around in heat, I can take the part here and touch my face, and it's still ice cold, even in the heat. So that thing works. It's the only cold wrap that I know, the wrap around your neck, that actually functions the way they claim, at least somewhat with the way they claim. And I bought my daughter one today, a neon green one for her bus route. She's doing a bus route here in the same county. So Gabriel joined us. Good to see you, Gabriel. So what things you up to, Hazzbro? I know you're probably not shooting. You're traveling or something, aren't you? Out there in the RV.
You're on mute, Hazzbro.
Check out his little background.
You should have heard that. That was the best speech I've ever given in my life. You guys missed it. I don't know if I do that again.
That's my luck.
No, we traveled down to Perry, Georgia, for our granddaughter's 3rd birthday, and been having a blast of that. But before I left, I got to get out and have a little fun with the new 6.5 Creedmoor build that I finally got together, and had a lot of fun with that one. And then I spent a little time with the CZ457. I've not finished that video up yet, but they say when you go from good ammo to expensive ammo, you should expect a little more. Well, I I went from SK Rifle Match, which is $12 a box or so, to RW50 ammo, and it's $23 a box. And I got worse results, over 75 different targets. So,
Wow.
yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be buying any more of that ammo at that price.
Was it a different bullet, weight profile, etc.?
It's similar. The velocity was a little bit slower on the RWS R50 stuff, but not enough I would have thought it made that big a difference. But I don't know. But anyway, I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Good to see you, Misty, Mrs. Wayne. Thank you for dropping by. I got a, I've already showed you all though, but I'll show it again. Eagle Run 2-3. That's something I want to talk about here shortly about him. He got me and I'll go over it again. Max Series 1-8 twist, 18-inch gunner profile, which to me looks just like a SOCOM profile. Barrel, 6.5 Grendel. So I got a build, I got a upper build I got to do. I got lowers I can stick it on, so I ain't really worried about that. And so that's something I'm really looking forward to. I got to get dyes though for it. I got to get some. Not sure what powders. What powder do you recommend, Hazzbro? 6.5.
Well,
okay.
There's several really good ones, right? CFE 223 will work really good. 8028 XBR is another really good powder. You just got to watch it. It's kind of like Tight Group is for pistol. You can be real touchy on going over pressure. But
what is it now? XBR what?
8028 XBR. It's in a gold bottle.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
So that has been a really good powder. TAC of all things. I got to pick up TAC right before COVID hit, and I got a 8-pound bottle of it for less than $200. So I thought, hey, I'm gonna try it, and I tried it in the Grendel and got some crazy good results with 95 grain bullets.
I like that.
Wow.
So those are just 3 really good options. There are others out there. I've probably shot 20 different powders at this point, I guess. I think I'm starting to run out of options for it.
Do you have the 1-8 twist barrel for Grendel?
For the Grendel, I think so. I'd have to look that up.
Seems like there's a 1-7 something that I read about.
I have recently. 1-7 on 2 different 5.56s. That's because I'm shooting 77 grain bullets.
Yeah, I do. I have 1-7 and 1-8 twist barrels. I have a Faxon.
I'll look it up here. I'll look it up here and tell you.
Yeah, you guys. After the show, I want to do a shout out to Eagle Run 2-3 at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, which would be. Let's see. Is it? No, excuse me. I'm wrong. 9. Eagle, if you're still listening, Eagle, put the time in the side chat. Central, and then put Eastern. Just go ahead and do that. And put your channel, I know you're a mod, type 1776 in and drop your link. He's going to be doing an interview tonight, and I'm going to be over there modding for him. Eagle says, H8 48.95. I got a pound of that. CFE 223. Actually, I got a pound of that back in the 2010, I think, time frame. I have that, and then I got 8 pounds of TAC. Got it for $159, I think, back when it was cheap, back in the day. And God, now it's amazing how high TAC is. I'm actually surprised Western Powders is even so high, but it's the way things are. Can't do much about it. Running with Scissors joined us. Appreciate you coming by, and dropping in. See, Baldy Neely's a suggestion from Hazzbro. Never seen his face. Not what I thought he looked. Yeah, you never know.
Sorry about that.
I'm going to say, were you disappointed?
If it hurts your eyes, look away.
There he is as a bullet. Check that bullet out there, guys. It looks like shark teeth or, yeah, that's a cool one. Yeah, you never know what we look like. I've always streamed without avatar. It's just kind of my nature. I actually feel kind of odd. Now, I'll do it avatar, during the show a little bit when I'm doing certain things, even on somebody else's show, but I typically try to stay away from it. There's others that uses avatar full time. And I guess, apparently they feel comfortable with it, so that's cool. 190. Go ahead.
So I found that Grendel information. So it's a Wilson Combat 22-inch Super Sniper, and it's a 1-in-8.
Oh, okay.
And it's fluted. That's what I got. But that all added together was not cheap. I'm telling you, that was like $340. So they're pretty proud of them.
That's maybe the barrel I want for my, not for the Grendel, but for the. Do they have a 308 like that? Similar?
They make them for 3.8, but I've not built an AR-10. So
okay.
I've been avoiding that platform, and primarily nothing against you, Eagle, but primarily because every time you pull the trigger, it's a lot more expensive on anything on that platform.
Yeah, it takes a lot of powder too. Yeah, sure does. I'm actually going to do this one for a tool, utility purpose for deer hunting and stuff. And I want another upper, probably Wilson Combat stainless for bullseye 6.5 Grendel shooting occasionally. So I want two uppers is where so I'll end up building the Gunner Profile match series that Eagle Run sent me. And I'll be building probably another one and probably put a Wilson Combat on it. Because he gets, what is it, 1/3 MOA, a half MOA average. And that's good enough. It'd be fun to do a little target shooting. So, but I love stainless barrels too. I love stainless revolvers. I just always have. Something about them, the way they're just great to look at.
I had
go ahead.
My first, other than a shotgun, my first modern gun I ever bought was a 629. It was 8 3/8 inch barrel, 44 Magnum. And that is still the gun I regret ever selling. I sold it because I got into building flintlocks and I used it to buy some really high-end wood and stuff for the next one. But yeah, I got to get another one. But I wasn't reloading then either. So shooting factory ammo just hurt after a while.
Yeah, I'm going to do the 308 eventually. It's probably the last one I ever built. I mean, the last big one. I don't think I'll do a 6.5 Creedmoor anything like that. If I do the 308, I'm going to do the same thing. One for utility because I might want to deer hunt with it, and then maybe one for the target. But why 308 brass is everywhere? It's cheap. Once fired, bullets. You got an array of bullets that's cheap. Plus you can cast bullets. I'm not going to go into the Creedmoor. If I want to go do 6.5 Creedmoor, I'm going into a bolt, most likely. It's just I just don't want to sit and splat, pew pew pew. Bunch of Creedmoor bullets downrange, personally.
Yep. I just told you I just finished that second 6.5 Creedmoor bolt action, and I put the first one back into the original factory configuration, the Desert Tactical 110. So I have it, plus I have the new one, and they're the same 110 tactical action. But the problem is between feeding both those, I probably shot in the last 4 weeks 300 rounds of 6.5 Creedmoor. Wow. I've been burning a lot of powder and a lot of bullets.
Is that the one it's red stock laminate?
Yeah, that's the new one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice looking.
What I did was, and I wonder how many people in our chat can relate to this, but so I buy the 6.5 110 Desert Tactical Creedmoor. Sorry, I get this right. 6.5 Creedmoor Desert Tactical Savage rifle, and out of the box, it's shooting great, right? And I'm going, okay, what am I going to do to make this even better? And I'm working on loads, and I got it down to a half MOA. I think I got 1.4 out of it, something in that range. But then the wife says to me at Christmas, I didn't buy you anything. Why don't you just buy something you want? So I'm going, okay, well, I kind of like to try the at-one stock because that's what I shoot on my CZ. So I ordered that. I thought, well, I kind of like to try an Excalibur barrel because a buddy of mine built a 6mm bench rest that was just so stupid accurate. I got to try one. But by the time you get another stock and another barrel, you might as well just build another gun. So then I had to go find another 110 tactical action, which is hard to do because they don't really sell them often by themselves. And then I had to find the bottom metal, which is the hardest thing to do in a Savage, is find new bottom metal. Well, I found that, and so I ended up building two guns.
So that red one it's got the Savage action, right?
Yeah, it's a Savage 110.
And the barrel is what now?
It's an Excalibur barrel.
So you took the factory barrel off and then put that one on, I take it?
Well, actually what I did. And then I put the combination back together, put the factory barrel back on a factory action, put it back in the factory stock, and I have that gun, but now I have a factory action, a factory trigger, and a custom barrel in a custom stock.
Nice.
And
That's probably what I'll do, Hazzbro. That's what I've been thinking about doing.
Yeah, it's honestly the other stock. If you're going to go hunting, that's the gun I'm taking, the factory gun, because it's a good stock and it's a lot lighter. This new one I built is 14 pounds, so I'm not hauling that one through the woods. Just,
a lot of weight.
But it also shot on. Let's see, I had 60 rounds through it when I shot this group. 0.274 MOA for 5 rounds at 100 yards. And I'm just getting warmed up with that gun. I can't wait till it really gets broke in. So it's just, you get that. I give most of that credit to that barrel. It's just amazing.
You want to cover that, Mac?
Which one, sorry?
One you highlighted. You want to speak on it?
That 110 is sweet, that Hazzbro. I've been looking for a bottom metal myself for over a year. Crazy hard to find. And that's from Ron Wayne.
It's true.
Yeah, the 110's been around a long time. I used to have a Savage 110 years ago, 30-06, decades ago. Go ahead.
I say, Ron, there was someplace, I'll see if I can find it while we're talking tonight, but I saw someplace just recently, it was advertising they had new machine bottom metal for that 110. And I'll find where I got the action from too, and I'll post that. I'll look for it while we're talking tonight.
Mm-hmm. Let me thank
Info Brothers. Info's leaving us. Good night.
Night, Info Bro. Appreciate you dropping in, man. I am Betty J. Gathers joined us. Hope you're doing well, Betty. And send me a link sometime. I just had a lot of things going and couldn't appear that morning, but like I say, let's plan it and we'll do it. Some nights we'll talk about reloading here. Sometimes we'll talk about rifle building, cover a number of topics. But thank you for coming in, Betty. It's good to see you. Who else coming here? Mark Thomas joined us. Pat in the Bunker is with us. Somebody else I thought I seen, but GGW Outdoors. Good to see you, GGW. Ron Wayne joined us. Good to see you, Ron. Thank you for dropping by. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. GFMOA. Pat's probably in his bunker hiding out. Probably got a little missile next to him, light the fuse to hit Russia.
That's probably right.
In there as well.
Hey, I just found that bottom metal, so I put that in the chat. I saw it recently at Boyd's Gun Stocks. They carry it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I checked them out years ago. They got a lot of gun stocks. Good to see you, G23. Yeah, if I do a rifle, it's probably. I kind of want to do. I was looking at Mac knows this. I know Defiance actions, stainless steel actions. Yeah, I looked at one today for $1,000. I thought, man, I'd love to have that and get me a good barrel, stainless barrel. And I'd love to get the Masterpiece arms, but I think that's $1,000 right there, $1,100 or more now. God, I'd love to get that stuff though. Man, I'd love to have one of those little rifles.
Yeah, I got 3 of those Masterpiece arms stocks, and I got 3 of the Defiance actions in different calibers, and they're absolutely awesome.
In my book, and I've looked at a lot of stocks. I mean, MDT is good for the money, ain't no doubt. But boy, that Masterpiece arms takes it up a level. I mean, it just does. That's a fantastic stock. It may cost, I think it's made here in Georgia too, but it is very good quality, and it's designed for competition. Got a thing even for barricading. So it's basically a real fantastic stock. Vallejo joined us. Good to see you, Vallejo.
Evening, Walter.
Thank you for coming in. Appreciate each and every one of you guys being here, and ladies. If I say guys, I mean ladies too. I just usually say the word guys. That way I don't have to keep switching back. Pat says I do. I'm the only one. What? I'm the only. I missed it. Only one with the key. Hello. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, Mark Thomas, the best leather upholsterer maker on YouTube.
Yeah, Mark does a
maker on YouTube. Sorry.
I may end up. I thought about you, Mark. I was talking here the other week about. I found a $650 Paladin holster for a 45 single action army. Probably, I don't know if I'll get in 357 or get it 45. I hadn't decided yet. Or I'll either probably a Ruger Vaquero I wouldn't mind the others, Piata, Piano, whatever they are. Wouldn't mind one of those. I'll do another Maker 45, but I like that Vaquero because I know it can handle a hot load supposedly. And if I'm going to load 45, I want it a little hot. So.
Hey, I just posted a link up there, AR, for Ron, who was asking about the Savage 110 bottom metal in action. So that
good.
place has both. So that JA Outdoors, that's where I bought my action from.
That bottom metal, that's for the magazine, right? You're talking about.
Exactly. The trigger guard, magazine, all that. That's the hardest thing to get.
Let's see what Andy's up to here. What's he highlighting? Small put my Ruger PC is at Ruger, but New York's scroll me as far you get it back. I have to register it on my pistol permit. What a joke. Yeah. Oh boy, I tell you, the laws out there just don't make sense in some of these states. But thank you for being here. Andy 79Z28 joined us earlier here. Good to see you, Andy. Andy used to be with me all the time back when I ran at 8 o'clock. He has to work, so he typically has to get to bed around 8:15 till probably 15 till 9.
He's the zinc master.
He's been reloading like Viejo for decades and decades. And they know how to get it done. And my outside of builds I got coming, my next venture too, I still have that in my thoughts, and that's getting into casting a little bit at a time. I just don't want to go down a rabbit hole with it, but I do want to get into casting. I think it'd be kind of cool. Cast bullets. I'd love to get my Tika. I had 2 Tikas.
Like Vanessa Kitty joined us.
Good to see you, Vanessa.
You have a Tika, you said? I haven't got one yet, but I really like those rifles.
I had a $2,000 Tika tax. At the time, I think it was 1,700 plus tax, I think, if I recall, or 18. I can't remember. Now it's over $2,000. But I had a 308 24-inch barrel, folding stock, about 12 pounds, 11. It was pretty heavy. Perfect gun. I'd load for it on my instant indicator here, and I could take it, say, at a half a thou over, or a thou, and I could start filling the boat, starting to get, that's how, that chamber was just perfect. The tightness. It wasn't too loose and wasn't too tight. I bought a compact stainless CTR, I think it's called CTR compact, tactical. It was bolt action, Tika. Had a medium heavy barrel, and it was a nightmare. That's all I'll say. And a nightmare dealing with Beretta, because they own Tika now. And I don't know if I'll ever buy another Tika again. So that's just, they're a good company. They make great guns. I happened to get a bad one. Had one that was fantastic. I mean, perfect. And then one that wasn't. I didn't like the way the bolt did. And I'm kind of funny on that. That's kind of why I want the 700 action, like Max got, because 700 is tried and true, slick as glass, and just works. And Ruger's pretty good. Savage can be good if you polish it, they say, and smooth it up in the internals.
I'm not a fan of, honestly, the 110 action shoots great. But working the bolt, if you don't know how to get it just right, it'll jam and kind of be finicky. And once you get their action figured out, it's not a big deal. But it's like you said, my 700, I'd never think about it. I just pull the bolt, go, and don't have to do anything. So,
yeah, Jeff, I did have a great Tika mount. Like I said, I had the TAC A1 or something. It was fantastic. I couldn't ask for a better rifle. I regret selling it. But that second rifle I got, somehow it slipped through quality control. And it was, put it this way, the chamber is so tight, it barely, half the time you had to press the brass to close it with your palm. I mean, literally just force it. And I wound up with a kind of a bruised palm, and I got rid of it. Running with scissors. Anyone have opinions on how? I don't know much about them. I've heard of them. I'm not that familiar. Do you, Mac?
I've never had one. I've heard about them, and I know they're pretty good, but I've never actually shot one. I've never had one myself, but I believe they're nice rifles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really don't know anything about them, to be honest. I think they're really supposed to have a really good reputation, but I've never shot one either. So.
Yeah, you can't, for the accuracy, you can't beat a Savage. And the good thing about a Savage is it's easy for the do-it-yourselfer can actually replace the barrel without having a gunsmith.
Yeah.
And actually set the headspace. So you could go buy you a stainless barrel and, well, even the gunsmith will be able to headspace it faster too. They would just turn.
A lot of even the high-end custom actions have gone to that Ramage type thing, which is taking a Savage nut and making a Remington barrel work, right? And, it works. Is it as perfect to one custom fit? Maybe not, but I've shot some guns that are incredible that use that system, and it works. So now if I build an all-out bench rest gun, no, I'm not going to use that system. But
I'll be building a Grendel with arrow, which I mentioned in other streams, with arrow upper enhanced. Not with a big lug, just a standard enhanced. They have enhanced, and then they have that one with a big lug on it, which is basically you know why I don't like that one? I kind of call it super enhanced. It makes your handguard big as crap. Boy, yeah, your handguard is just big, even on my 308. Jeez, it's way too big. And matter of fact, I got to order a standard threaded 308 upper and just set this one aside because even though I got a handguard for it, I don't want to use it. I want to use the one with the threads. I thought initially it is a good idea. I'm not knocking it. I think it's okay if you like it. I just don't like the big handguards, really beefy, not for an AR platform. So
that's with me. I want the handguard real thin and lean, and I didn't have any problem with my Grendel barrel doing that. But if you went with and I have arrow precision upper and lowers and stuff like that on that gun. But if you run the Aero Precision Atlas series, which are really nice, quick, and they align to the upper receiver and all, they're really a nice system, but they're huge. They're big. They're as big as a 308 style handguard on an AR-15. So I built a gun for a buddy, and but that was it. In fact, that gun is in California. He brought it over to the house here in Indiana, and I had to modify it to make it California compliant. And it was it's really sad thing to do. I had to change out, let's see, something about the mag catch, and we had to modify all the magazines. I figured all the details, but it was really sad to see. I mean, the funny thing is I could change that gun back in less than 5 minutes. It was really nothing. It's like anybody couldn't get around, but that's what I had to do so he could take it to California.
James says, has anyone ever worn out a barrel? I haven't.
I know 6.5 Creedmoors are known for blowing out barrels pretty quick.
I think around 2,000 rounds, Mike? 3? Something like that.
I don't think you're going to get that much out of them. They're saying about 1,500 to 2,000 rounds, I believe, on some of those hot loads on a 6.5.
And see, that's not even hardly, that's a day of reloading, a few hours. Wow. I've read that too.
Is the 224 Valkyrie is another one that blows up barrels pretty fast as well.
Exactly.
I got a 300 Win Mag, which I'm probably going to get maybe 1,000 to 1,500 shots through it. I'm only on 200 shots, so it's only just nice and tight now. So I expect that to blow out by the time I get to about 1,500 rounds through it. But yeah, I've heard it. I've seen some barrels that are pretty rough and blown out, but not one myself.
I've got a Remington 700 5R mil spec. It's a really hard combination to get. They only make a couple hundred a year at most, and I've had that one now, and I'm somewhere right about 3,000 rounds of it. But in 308, it's still shooting really good. But I just wonder how many more to get. And a lot of people go, "Oh, that's nothing." But to me, 3,000 rounds to any barrel is a lot of work, So I really don't know what to expect.
So once your groups start opening up and you can't tighten them back down, the barrel's pretty much done then.
Right.
There you go. Trying to take some redness out of my face. OBS has got some red in it. Guy helped me the other day put the audio section in my OBS, so I'm able to actually kind of tell what this mic does now. Some good questions, good topics tonight. Yeah, guns. Like I said, I'm gonna build 2 Grendels, one for eventually the range, one for utility, 2 for deer hunting. And I love to go hog hunting at least once before I take what they call dirt. Neil Bortz used to call the dirt nap. And Mark Thomas says, "Hi, Vanessa. I have a Mossberg 410. I had a 410 single shot with a part of the hammer broke off when I was a teenager, or next probably 14 years old. And I used to take birdshot and spray it across my tin barn on my property, and you'd hear it rain. So it's not rain dropping down on the top of it. I do good luck with 22.
AAR, that Grendel barrel you got, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You have the one, it says 5R rifling in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one you'll be able to shoot at the range too. I mean, it'll be stupid accurate. It's just being lighter weight profile. It's how many shots before you get it too hot, right? But that can be managed.
But I won't do that. Yeah, but if I shoot it, if I do range shooting, I wouldn't be shooting that fast anyway.
Right.
So yeah, I'll try that. I was wondering if it was how accurate it would be, but
from what I've seen of that very combination, that it'll be a very good shooter.
I know it's match series, and then it says to me it looks like a government profile, SOCOM. Basically, just 223 government profile type. Almost, I think the 7.750 gas block, same size. Matter of fact, I got my SOCOM barrel here by fax. I'm going to put them together and look at them and see how close they look. They look identical. But yeah, I'll definitely I'll do some range shooting with it and do some videos and post them on my channel here when I get the build going. All I got to build is the upper. That's it. And that won't take me that long. And I'm going to cover that in short. I can't build on here, but I can sure tell you what I'm going to do. Show you a few seconds later that it's built, what part I put on it. So I can do it that way. And like Eagle does, and I'll be able to put some more interesting content on YouTube. Colt 1927 Coolux with 390 round balls.
AR, did you get brass for your Grendel yet?
No. I've been looking. Boy, stuff is high.
There you go.
See.
They're back in stock at Starline, 250 for 141 bucks. That's a lot to drop at one time, but that's pretty good for 250 cases. That's really, really good brass.
And I can reload it probably. It's on an AR platform, so it will be a little harder on the brass.
Yeah, but once I figured out, I needle mine a lot, right? About every other firing, but once I figured out I put an adjustable gas block on, I quit tearing out brass. And I have some that are easily 8 times through. So
8 to 10 reloads.
I have easily Starline brasses 8 times through. So
wow. Okay. What I'll do, I wasn't going to do it, but I'll get adjustable gas block. I was going to do a standard for deer hunting, but I'll just get adjustable then.
Well, it'll work fine. Standard is what I started. What I did was I adjusted the buffer weights and got it to where I really got my timing on the brass ejection right that way. And then it ran great with that. It's just that when I ran really hot loads, I was tearing up the case. It's pretty hard. And so I put an adjustable gas block to adjust the timing of it, and it's been beautiful ever since. So
yeah, that's true, Eagle. Most people don't, but with Creedmoor and what's your Eagle, your 8.6 with that little short 1 3 twist, I bet you that'll wear a barrel probably. I know the Creedmoor don't last that long, but if I get a 308 AR platform, I'm gonna be doing quite a bit of just not deer hunt, but I'll be at the range with it, shooting it from time to time because 308 is not that expensive to reload. I mean, powder-wise, yeah, but I may end up going with some Western powders for it or something. Try to cut the cost a little bit.
Yeah, if you just avoid stuff like Varget, Reloader 15, your powder costs will go down. TAC is a good powder in 308, by the way, and it's still pretty cheap.
Yeah, I'll get some more of that. And I already have that. I got H335, 8 pounds of TAC. Like I said, 1 pound of C223. Almost 1 pound of Varget from years ago. I wished I had 40, 50 pounds of target, but not what they're wanting for them. No way I'm playing that or buying that stuff. Weather for Chillicothe conditions. I don't know where that's at. I don't remember who typed it.
That was
Eagle
Vanessa.
says, oh, okay.
Oh, it's Nightbot.
Yeah, it's not bots in it. I think
Should we knock
Vanessa
him
typed
out? I don't know who that is. That's got to be.
Nightbot's my software moderator.
Okay, well, I almost blocked him. This is a good thing.
Don't block him. Don't block. No, Nightbot's a good guy. The thing about Nightbot, I can take him away or I can bring him back and I can slow him down and speed him up to appear more often. So he's a perfect moderator. I prefer human moderators, actually.
That's funny.
Eagle says AR has AI. It looks like that's what he's
There you
saying.
go.
Yeah, my channel is certified AI now with a Nightbot. But don't forget Eagle Run 23, 8 p.m. Central. Is that right, Eagle? 8 p.m. Central? I don't know what I was thinking. Let me look at my phone. I was thinking 9:30 here, but Eastern time. But let me go back and look at your thing. So I'm sure. Central's always confusing. Okay, he's going 8:30 live Central. So that's 9:30 Eastern. So I'm fine. I went at 8, so we're only going to do an hour show probably. So we're good. So at 9 p.m. Eastern, I got to go help him mod. He's interviewing I think got a company on his show tonight. Garage Guy says, AR, that's my hometown. Okay, that's Garage Guys. You are only the few people that pronounced it correctly the first time. Oh, thank you. I didn't know I did. I don't remember how I pronounced it. I just kind of did it. But, yeah.
Hey, how can somebody from Georgia pronounce that right the first time? They can't even say Houston right. It's Houston down here.
Well, I'm like Elvis Presley. Sometimes I'll stutter or mispronounce things even live. You all have noticed it. But it's just the way it is. I didn't even know I pronounced it right. Let me go back of it. I was going to look at it. Chillicothe. Okay. I figured some things, sometimes I can figure out what's silent and what's not. And, when I see a spelling, sometimes I can't. I thought Walters was Italian when it was actually Spanish, I think, and one time. So 8:30 Central. Okay, so 9:30. Okay, that's what on the text it says 8 for some reason. So 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. You guys check out Eagle Run 23's interview. I think it's an interview with a company. I will be over there for a little bit tonight. So don't forget him. If you're not doing nothing, check him out. Crazy Gearhead joined us. Good to see you, Gearhead. I snuck in a little while ago. You never know about lurkers. Brutal Bob. I was going to tell you update on Brutal Bob. He's got home the other day, Mac.
Okay.
And glad to be home, he said. So he may be listening now. I think I did text him, tell him the time I was going. But
I got to get a call and talk to him.
Yeah, I'm not calling him. I'm just texting him because he's still probably trying to get his, get well. And he's not in the side chats yet. That's how I know he's not doing that well. Because if Brutal Bob can, he'd be in here texting. So, but I texted him several times, and I think out of the blue today he texted me something. Matter of fact, let me see. I'll tell you what it was. He had it rough, guys. He had a lot of surgeries. Let's see. Because he asked me one day, Sunday was I going live? Yeah, I did a coffee. So he's probably just watching. He says, I'm still weak, but it's nice to be home. He was glad to be home. I bet, I wouldn't want to be in that. I hate hospitals anyway or any kind of facility. But so he's probably listening. If you are, I hope you keep getting better and can't wait till you get back in the side chat, Bob. We all miss you.
So I picked up a pistol over the weekend, AR.
Cool.
We're allowed to show it as long as we don't touch it, are we?
Yeah. Fine with me. I'll take the risk so far.
Let me show you this.
I'm handling barrels now and stuff, and so far I've been okay. Now, does that mean I might not? I could get a strike.
I'm going to touch it.
Oh, let me blow you up.
I'm going to touch it.
So look at this. So this is a
Wow.
1955 Ruger
3-screw.
3-screw in 357, and it actually says on the barrel,
Wow.
is it Strum Ruger.
Wow.
This is a first run of production, and I'm just going to take the camera right, so I'm going to turn the gun around.
Fantastic.
So this is a first run. They only made 1,500 on the first run.
Wow.
This one is 1408.
Wow.
Look at the condition of it.
It looks in great shape, yeah.
Well, when was it made? 19 what now?
1955.
Unbelievable.
1955, and it actually, I've never seen one with that. Is it Strum or STURM on the barrel?
I think Sturm. I think's the word for it.
Ruger.
Could be wrong.
You can see this 357 3-screw, and it hasn't been modified up the front yet. It hasn't got that plate in it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Looks like adjustable sight too.
Yes, it is. It's got an adjustable. It's hard for me. I don't want to be touching anything here, but.
And what caliber is it?
It's in 357 mag.
Wow. How did tell us the story how you got it, if you want to.
I walked into that gun shop that I buy a lot of my pistols from, and the guy walked over. He said, "Hey, I got something that you're going to really like." And so, hang on, put this back. Which screen are we on, Elliot? That one. Okay.
The third one.
I got one and I really like. So you actually brought it out, put it in front of me, and I thought, oh, that looks nice. He goes, yeah, this is a first run, 1955. And this one's really low serial, 1408 serial number, first run, and it's one of it's just got to get it. It's just, I said, okay, put my name on it, shove it out the back. I was picking up 2 pistols that day anyway, so I couldn't pick this one up. So I picked up 2, and I said, put that one away. I'll pick it up in a week or so. And I put my name on it out the back.
Wow. Do you mind telling us what you gave for it? Because that's an oldie.
$9.99.
Mark, you're kidding. Wow.
Good, I don't know.
I would have paid for it in a heartbeat for that. Yeah.
It was $9.99. So it was, like I said, 1955. Some guy brought it in, and it's hardly been shot. When I looked around it, it's so clean, it's so nice. It hasn't been redone. It's just as it is, and it's just all the screw heads are really nice on it. It's just a beautiful revolver, and I just thought, yeah, got to have it.
I'll bet you. I'm not a gun pricing guy, but I bet you that thing could sell for $2,000 to $3,000. I wouldn't be surprised.
I may look it up, but it's
yeah, look it up. I won't
get rid of it. It'll just go to my collection.
That's a rare find.
I'll probably shoot some 38 special through it and then clean it and put it back in the safe. And just take it out on special occasions when I want to play with some of the older stuff I got. Okay,
Sturm Ruger's the guy that financed our garage guy says financed Bill Ruger when he got going in 1949. So that gun was only a few years into Sturm Ruger's history when they built it. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you know what's really weird about that buy? That buy was only a few $100s of MSRP on a brand new 44 357 stainless. They run 750, 780.
Yeah, I thought
and used 780, 750. So man, you got a steal.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't bad. So it was just one of those things. And it's in such nice condition. And it's a beautiful gun. And fair dues to the guys at the gun shop I go to. They keep an eye out for some nice. They know that I buy nice revolvers, and they had one there last week. It was a Colt Python, but it was I'd never seen one before. It was called a Colt Python Elite, and they wanted $6,000 for it.
I've never heard of that one.
It was a very, very rare, and actually had on the barrel Colt Python Elite. And it's from the factory, and it was a very rare one. I'd never seen one, and but it was. I wasn't going to spend that much money on it. That was a lot of money.
Well, I tell you what, Mac, I engrave firearms, so I'll go out and buy a Colt Python. I'll engrave a lead on you, and I'll make you a deal at $5,000.
Have you seen those Elite ones before?
I have not.
No, I hadn't seen them. It was something new to me.
Here, we got a comment here we can address. talks. Many 3 screws were sent back to rig and converted to 5 screw. Why? I would think because everybody now, I know Highboy has got some 3 screws, and they seem like they're very coveted, guns you should buy from back then. Why would they convert them to 5 strength? Maybe. I sure wouldn't turn it in and convert it though.
If you get one which is a little bit rougher and whatever, it's probably you could have it converted to make it safe. But with that one, because it's all original now and it's nice, I'm just going to leave it as it is. It's just.
I got to ask you now. You are going to do a video and take it, at least shoot it a few times on the range for us, aren't you? Eventually.
Yeah, I'm going to do a proper unboxing video where I can show it and open it all up on a normal video. And then, like I said, as soon as I've got like 15, 20 guns here that I've recently got between pistols and rifles. I've got so much videoing to do. Wow. As soon as they open up the desert, so I can get out there first light and it's cooler, I'm going to just make a load of videos of shooting some of these pistols. I still got that 45-70, that Marlin that I bought. I got that Homestead in 9mm. I got a 45 Colt Winchester that I haven't shot yet. I got so many to try, and I can't wait. Viejo
when it gets cool, you're gonna have a blast.
I am. Yeah, Viejo says a lot of those many of them had transfer bars installed. Yeah, that was a little plate they put in to stop it, to make it safety at the back. So even
then they had a transfer bar, Mike, on yours?
No, this one's original. Okay. There's no transfer bar. I think people modify them to put the transfer bar in them to make them a little bit safer when they carry them. But I don't carry it loaded. That's just going to go to the range empty in a bag and shoot it and come back empty.
I used to, that goes back to all the Western guns, even in Paladin. He'll tell you, and he'll go, how many rounds you got there? He'll go 5. That's because you don't want to drop the gun to hammer. My 629 I bought back 2001. It was in the 80s, stainless steel 629, 6-inch barrel. It was like that. I know what I say now. It actually had the pin to where I have to put 5 rounds in it. Now, did I put 5? If I hadn't a holster, I didn't put 5 rounds in it. Typically, I put 6, but it is risky to put 6 in a gun like that.
Good night, Andy. Good to see you. Thanks for joining
us. Night, Andy. Have a good one. Thank you for being here, man. He's always been, from the early days, with us in here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys.
We had a few more drop in there.
Hey, goodness. Yeah, I see. Wow. We got 31 people on here tonight. Blows my mind. Wow.
Smash that like button, everybody.
Yeah. Got Garage Guy come in earlier, Coke to see Jeff MOA. I'm scrolling up because I figured they just come in. Who else? Pat Bunker. Gizzard Gary joined us. Good to see you, Gizzard Gary. Thank you for being here, man. Don't matter if you're late. Running with Scissors joined us earlier. So he had okay, here's a question. Too, I want to go ahead while I scroll up and see who else we missed. MSB 9021. Good to see you, brother. Eagle Run, GGW. Anybody else I've missed? My Hazzbro, you Crazy Gearhead. D-Dub. Oh, D-Dub.
Marvelous is here.
Oh, good to see you, Rollis. D-Dub D37's with us. Good to see you, man. It's like old times. He's usually always with us. Oh, we got a good crowd in here.
So that question there, they're saying, can you use 38 special steel sizing die for 357 if you use a spacer?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't, because the idea of sizing the brass is all the way down. So you don't really want to put a spacer in there because you're not going to be sizing the very bottom of it. Best you can do is get a 357 die, and then you can load 38 special. But I don't think I do it the other way around. I think
what we all thinking about is that if you buy usually these days modern dies, they typically go 38 through 57. So I think the newer ones are actually designed where you can do both. I know that, but you don't know what that. If you don't know what that is, then I wouldn't unless you call Redding, like you just said. Yeah. But typically, if it's straight 38, no. You probably wouldn't.
If it's 38, I wouldn't try doing 357 because it's just gonna be too short, isn't it?
Yeah, It would definitely not size down near the head.
Colt says to back the die out with 357, but then you're not sizing the very bottom of it, are you? You're going to be missing 1/4 of an inch.
And he's right. That's modern dies. They're compatible with both 38 and 357. Maybe that you don't have the case head swelling bad on a 357. Actually, you typically don't, because you wouldn't be able to eject it if it was swelling. So, I've actually had years ago I bought a Security 6 Ruger 357. Well, at the range, I bought a box of, I think it was 50 wad cutters, and believe it or not, guess what? None of those I could eject. I had to literally, even ramming them, I had to literally take a screwdriver or something, pound, bam, bam. I could not believe it. Whoever sized them, what company, they were terrible. I only experienced that one time now on one 357 stainless steel from Ruger, actually. 4-inch barrel I used to own back in 1980.
James Pollard says 357 die does both, 38 die does 38. So that's pretty much.
Go ahead and do it. I'd go ahead and test it. If it goes into your cylinder, you're fine. Yeah. So you still always call Redding, but I would just test it, because that's just the way I think. Yes, AMSB 920 on modern stuff, you wouldn't need a spacer on the sizer die. It would naturally do both. Yeah, I agree on that. Spacer could be used on the expander and cedar dies. Is that right? Well, you really wouldn't need a spacer there. You just back out. So spacer wouldn't be needed really at all, I don't think, on it. No.
So what anyway. Saying about 357 dies, he was talking the other way around, Walter. He was saying, can you use a 38 special die to size 357? So he's thinking of doing it the other way around. So that's what that's where we are with it.
Hey, Walter, do they make a 357 die exclusively, or is all modern dies a combination of both? And let us know that. If I knew we were going to get into it, I should have sent you a link. Next time I'll send you a link if you think you got time, you want to come on. I send links out occasionally over the years. Sometimes they come on, sometimes they don't. But I'd like to know that. Typically, they're both. Colt says I have both dies for both. Oh, okay. So you have a Pacific die coat paint, what he's saying here. That's unusual. Yeah, I thought they kind of covered both, but it doesn't surprise me. They probably made a 357 die, though, exclusively. I haven't seen it, but of course, I don't load 357. 357 is my favorite round, though. It's the first new revolver I ever bought when I was in my 20s. Let's see. Colts with, I'm just kind of checking, seeing what you guys are saying. Running with Scissors says, gee, I do loop with lanolin. I agree with you, and have the Redding spacers. Yeah, I've heard of them. And they also got a company, I can't remember his name now. He has a click, not spacers. He has the, it's like a click, click. And you can actually change the up and down without having to pull your die. I forget the name of the company. Whedon dies. No, $200 used to be $200 a set.
Yeah, they're high end.
Yeah. I thought about buying a set one time. Running with Scissors says in steel dies they make a Pacific die. I'm being cheap. I got you.
So I just looked in the Redding book, and they are in their next gen carbide die set. You can see that they are listing.
Hang on.
Let's see if I can get that to highlighter. So this is their Gen X, is it, or whatever they call it? Let me see if I can get that focus. And if you look here, my hand's in the wrong place. They're listing a 38 special and a 357 mag. So they are listing them as separate.
Oh, okay. So they do have a long die and a short die then.
Yeah. So you can see there, they're listing 38/357, which is what most of us use.
Yeah.
But you can't buy them individually. 38 and 38 357 in the next gen competition dies. Let me just have a look if they do them in any other ones. I'll just have a quick look while.
That's good tech tip, guys. Mac in his book, that's really helpful. Because if I do 357, which I'm eventually going, I want a 686 357 stainless steel.
Oh yeah, those are great. I got a buddy and I shot his. Beautiful guns.
And there's Series A dies, which is their most common dies they use.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see there's a 38 special, a 357 mag, and then obviously the die that does both.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get them, and you can still buy them new. But it's
Cool.
It's probably better to buy the ones that do both, because you only need one set of dies then.
Mm-hmm. I found a few years ago, I was in a pawn shop, and this makes me remind me of Mac, what he got, but this wasn't as great of a thing. But I found a 686 from the 80s, never been fired. I should have known. And the guy would not go down from $9.99. And I tried to talk to him. I come home, I mentioned it on the show before, and now I could kick my butt because whoever bought this gun just never fired it. And I think it's only $1,000. I offered him 7, no, 8, no, 9, no, and I just didn't buy it. Now I look back on it, I should have bought an 80s unfired 357. I was an idiot. So, M. Gabriel's joined us. Mark's Trapping and Outdoors. Appreciate you dropping by, guys. Okay, M. Gabriel's got a question. We'll go ahead and cover while they're down here. What is an X die? Anybody know?
I'm
I
not
haven't heard of them.
100% sure on that.
I'm not sure either. I'd have to Google it.
I think maybe Walter's out there. If Walter's still out there, do you know what the X dies are, Walter?
Let's see who else joined us.
Pop something up in there. James Pollard says a no lube die.
And Viejo says earlier, a 357 seater may not go down far enough to seat a Type 1 38 wad cutter. Some seat stems don't go down far enough. Interesting. That's a good tip, Viejo. Appreciate that. We got guys here with a wealth of knowledge. Andy, Walter, High Boy, a bunch of them, though. They've been loading for years. Chad Kelly jumped in there.
Hey, Chad.
For doing the dishes. Hey, man, you need to be in the reloading room talking to us on this panel. You got I don't know if you've been on a live yet, Chad, but this is an invitation to come on. Maybe if you want to next Thursday, or if you're able, you're welcome to come on. Probably Mac, definitely Mac most of the time. Hazzbro, hopefully again.
I want to know if he's found any Bud Light to shoot. He shot something. Mm-hmm. Seems like he's run out. There's got to be more.
Mm-hmm. He's got the best back garden range I've ever seen. That guy, I'm so envious of him.
Oh, isn't it?
Man, I'd give anything to have that.
Oh, it must be awesome. It must be awesome to have something like that. I'm just so...
Oh, the Redding, that's GRX dies. Oh, yeah, you're right. Now I remember it now, Viejo. GRX, yeah. I don't know why. I didn't realize it by the X, though. I usually say GRX.
I didn't know they did that. I have bulge busters from Lee, but I don't have anything from Redding.
Yeah, they definitely make that.
When the bottom bulges out quite a bit, it brings them back in, does it? Is that what they do?
Yeah, it's for the Glock unsupported chamber part of it, Mm-hmm. So,
and they apparently have them for 357.
Yeah.
Wow. That would stop the problem. That's maybe the problem I had with mine back in 1980. They wasn't done with maybe shot with a hot load because they were reloads from a company. And once you fire them, you cannot get that brass out of that gun hardly at all. Says I might try to hop on when I can. I'll try to get home. Yeah, man, we'd love to have you on. Mrs. Wayne is still with us. Appreciate you being here. For all of you still hanging with us, we really appreciate it. It's pretty good. Let's see. I got to get off here. It's 9:30. Almost 20 minutes from now, I got to jump on and be a mod for Eagle Run 2-3. Check his channel out, guys. Come over there. I think it's an interview. I know it's a company, I think. And if not, it's somebody knows what they're talking about. That's for sure. But
he said it's not his backyard. It's a family. It's a family out in the country is a few miles from my house. I grew up there, but 13-minute drive. Well, isn't too bad. Yeah, if I could drive 30 minutes and shoot on a range like that, I'd love it.
Chad, post your address. We'll all show up with Bud Light and Tannerite.
That's something I'd like to shoot, some Tannerite, boy. I'm amazed in this country the way they've gotten it. We can actually buy that stuff. I'm glad we still can.
I've been trying to buy some to send my little stunt partner, Mr. Bill, into orbit, and I keep finding it's like I found little packets of it, but you got to mix all 12 at one time. And it's like that's gonna be annoying. He won't last 12 things. So anyway, in fact, I bought some here in Perry the other day. We're gonna have some fun before the end of the summer sending that guy in orbit.
We're going to have to kind of wind this down fast. So I've already given every single one of you a shout out as we went through the show. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Jeff MOA, Garage, Pat Bonker. I think I got everybody because it takes about, the chat's been pretty hopping tonight. Fairly busy.
Yeah, keep it hidden, Chad. You don't want people knowing where it is. It's
yeah, but look at his next. Look at his next neighbor. We have the tools to get an invitation to his range.
Open invite, aren't you? Well, guys, I'm gonna take it over to you, Mac. Let you sign off and let them know anything you got coming up, which is too hot to shoot, but maybe something else, and then we'll go to Hazzbro.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. It was great. Got you just in time. Just arrived home and finished closing everything out before I got on here just in time. Thanks to the side chat. It was a great chat again tonight. Lots of good questions, a lot of good feedback, and it was really good. I'm going to I got a couple of videos to make and post from the loading room. Like I said, it's a bit hot for me to get out to do some shooting, but I'm hoping once these monsoons hit and we get rain every day or every night and it gets a bit damper out there, they'll open the deserts back up and I can get out there and do some shooting.
Welcome, Jamie.
So
where you been, man? Good to have you in here. We miss you. I miss you being in here.
Yeah, 3 weeks tonight. I got my first hunt. I got my archery deer hunt in 3 weeks. I'll be leaving 3 weeks today.
Wow.
And, a couple of weeks after that, I got my bull elk hunt. And we had a friend out camping in the area that I'm going to, that I'll be doing my elk hunt. And he says the elk are screaming already. They're bugling everywhere. So I hope they haven't started. I hope they haven't come on early because I got another 5 weeks before my hunt starts. So
on elk, are you going to use a crossbow, Mac, too?
Yeah, I got the crossbow for that.
Oh man, you're rocking.
So we're looking for that. And don't forget, Monday night, guys, at 6 Arizona time, 9 Eastern, I run my my stream. My reloading stream, so that will run again Monday night. So hopefully you can all jump in and join us there. And that's it. Over to you, Hazzbro.
Well, I don't have anything as good as Mac, man. I'm not going elk hunting with a crossbow. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
No, I just, like I said, I'm doing a bit of traveling, heading back here for so long, so I'll be hitting the range again. I've got I mentioned earlier, a 22 rifle, CZ rifle video to show that's just mildly disappointing. So maybe nobody will enjoy it, but I'll probably post it anyway. And then get back on this 6.5 Creedmoor because I got a contest coming up at the end of the month. And I got to kick this young guy's butt. He's 20 years younger than me. And I've managed to beat him, maybe 2 years in a row. In the last 3 years, I keep losing to his Savage 12 223 rifle. So I'm trying to get something better than that, and that's hard to do because that's a good gun. But we have a lot of fun with it. So working on that, and then a bit of a drive coming up.
Great having you two on, man. Appreciate Mac being here.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, AR. Good to be with you, Mac, man, too.
Appreciate you, Hazzbro.
Side jet or this way.
Yeah, I sincerely appreciate both of you, man. Mac's here quite a bit. Hazzbro comes in occasionally. He's busy. Mac typically.
AR, one more thing for Mac Man, by the way. You didn't see it, Mac Man, but when you posted your pistol, I was fingering your pistol, so you might want to check the finger mark.
Let's see what Chad says before we sign out right quick here. Always doing his streams during my shooting. Oh, okay. That's the way it is. I start my streams at 8:39. I have in the past, had to do it. And I would miss Andy 79's 8:28. So I started doing 8:30. But typically he was here back when I used to run the 8 o'clock p.m., which is my standard time for Thursday night. But great having you on here, Chad. All of you guys. Here's somebody we ain't seen. I've seen him a couple of times. What you up to, Hip? I was thinking about you the other day. I think second time I've seen you the past few weeks. Good to see you. Of course, I haven't been streaming regular. I realize that, and I'm gonna try my best to drop a show every Thursday. May drop one before Max on Monday. I'm still gonna do that. And then Hazzbro occasionally he did one show on Echo's old spot on Friday. So we got 2 slots there that me and Hazzbro can go for. So
I need to do that again.
We
should do it.
I'm not burned out now. I may do 2 streams sometimes outside of a morning. I did a morning coffee the other day. And so I may drop a few more morning coffees. I got an AR builds coming up, which is going to be Grendel and 223 556. I don't remember if I showed this, but I got 100 rounds of Starline 9mm brass, Bass Pro 18 bucks plus tax. I'm going to make XTP self-defense ammo, but great having you on. I appreciate it, Mike, being here. Appreciate you, Hazzbro, being here. You all in the side chat rock. I'll catch you later, and God bless.
Good night, everyone.
Night.